we go for chapter 2 because we want to get the card. And it's you, Jin-Gitaxias. It's you, finally! Again, deck with Jin-Gitaxias. New. Oh my god, we wrecked! Oh my god, that was everything just wrong for our opponent. Oh, that hurts. Hello everyone, it's Sloth. My voice cracks. My strength is at the limit. But I'm making another deck today for you to see, because I know you want to see the sweet Dimir control that we all crave for. So this version is different, this version is amazingly fun, and the games are awesome. Check out the games, we completely dominated some enemies, and the new cards are honestly, like, they are so sweet. I feel so excited to play Standard right now, and I feel that we have like 1000 ideas for the new decks. Like, there's so much stuff that can be done. And also Reanimator with Jin-Gitaxias is definitely on the table, and you will see it very quickly probably. So with that being said, subscribe, because I'm dying right here to provide you with the new decks with new cards. So I hope you enjoy and you appreciate it. Everything for the fans, right? So with that being said, what the deck is about. This one is very interesting, as all of them, because we have a discard team for this one. I have noticed that Liliana of the Veil is definitely much better card if you have some synergy with this card. So you either discard a bit more, or you have like Ravenman to get some value out of this, or you just have a lot of card draw yourself. So basically for you, discarding is cycling. You just get rid of the worst card out of your 7 or whatever, while the enemy needs to discard one of the last 2 cards, and this definitely does hurt, and you will see in some of the games. Oh boy, I discarded some real bombs, so don't miss this one. I thought it's empty. I thought they have lands. Oh boy, was I wrong. And this really works well with Liliana. So we have this card synergy. For this reason we play Ravenman. So 2 mana to 1 creature, it's legendary, so don't overplay them too much. At the beginning of each end step, if a player, anyone, discard the card this turn, create a 1/1 blackbird creature token with flying, and it cannot block. So you cannot block with those not great champ blockers because they aren't. And you can actually discard cards from our opponent for 4 mana with this creature, so you can force this effect even if you whiff on other parts of the deck. So it's a little bit of one-man army. It's a bit slow, and the birds are, you know, hard to use them, but they are packing. If you get this for a few turns, it definitely creates enough pressure, especially that we play Meathook Massacre, so when they die they also deal damage, and if they, you know, keep attacking for 3-4 turns, they can be a win condition on their own, just as a side effect of discarding. And don't forget, things like Celestus do discard a card when you cycle, and there are a lot of effects that actually are discarding cards that you don't really think as a discard. Even Connive, even Raffine, things like this. And of course, Ravenman is perfect synergy with Liliana, and we want to cast them on curve. So turn 2 Ravenman, then Liliana of the Veil, and +1 discards a card. So 3 mana Planewalker, 3 loyalty, +1 discards everyone a card, -2 target player sacrifices a creature. It's not targeted on like particular creature, so you need to ensure usually our opponent has 1 creature. And of course we have -6 that separates all permanents target player control into 2 piles. So fact for fiction for all his permanents, and that player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. So you are the guy that is making the split. It's actually a bit worse if that was the opposite, because if you are playing better than opponent, you can actually, you know, get some free value if he's making a bad split, but you need to make a good split, and you might also make a mistake. So of course it won't go super often on the -6, but it is a much better ultimate than it seems. First of all, it's a 3 mana Planewalker. It comes into play really early. Second thing, its her +1 is very quick, so moment you enter the play on turn 3, it's already 4 loyalty. You need to do it 2 more times and then you can ultimate. And just as a 3 mana Planewalker, it also discards a card, so it will discard our opponent's answers to Planewalkers at some point. So it will be a thing, more than you think probably, especially more than in other planewalkers, and it's just -6, not -7 or -8, so definitely much faster, and ultimate is actually an ability here. So with that being said, what do we have more? Ertai Scorn. Man, I like this card. We will play with this so much. So this base... Oh, and you will see in one of the games, we completely obliterated our opponent with Ertai Scorn, because it has very cool things. So first of all, Sloth, read the freaking card. 3 mana, instant. This spell costs 1 blue less to cast if an opponent casts 2 or more spells this turn, and it's a hard counter. So this has a very cool interaction. Our opponent sees 2 untapped mana, and they cast a spell to just check, you know, whether we counter it or try to bait a counter spell. And he sees no priority. And then he's like, ha, I've got you. And now he drops the bomb. Oh no, man. Now this activated the 2 mana cost, and suddenly you have a priority and you have counterspell against the main goal of our opponent deck, because he wanted to sneak it between the counterspells, and he got hit exactly by a counterspell that only works in his like sneaky ways. Sorry, my voice dies after all the recording today. Alright, what the rest of the deck? Ertai Resurrected. Something I will play in probably most of my decks because it's so cool. 4 mana, creature, 3/2 flash, and when it enters the battlefield you can choose up to 1. Either counter something, it's like very versatile spell, activated ability, triggered ability, or you destroy target creature or planewalker. In both cases, there's a clause, its controller draws a card. That's a disadvantage. However, it answers pretty much everything. At the cost of just cycling one of the cards, our opponent doesn't get card advantage. He lost a card in order to get a card. And usually he is losing card that is way better than what he draws from the top of his deck. So you need to use it tactically, but when you do, it's actually insane. And you can always trade 2 for 1 basically as the tempo goes. And it's very versatile because it doesn't, like, if you have something like Detour, Endless Detour, it puts the card on the top of our opponent library, and you need to make the same play again next turn, and you are losing counterspells. That's not as good. This one actually solves the issue. He gets another thing to play, but the one you really wanted to counter or like remove because it was real pain and you didn't have answers is gone permanently. And you don't need to think about it anymore. So usually, like, you are really happy about this effect from my experience, and I didn't have a single game when this card felt bad so far. So probably one of the coolest cards in the set. And we have Cruelty of Gix combined, in a way, with Jin-Gitaxias. You know Jin-Gitaxias, the bro, the ultimate Phyrexian, the one we always want to play in every single blue deck. And it pairs perfectly with the Cruelty of Gix. My favorite sagas, very slowly. 5 mana, read ahead, so you can choose the chapter when it starts. Chapter 1, target opponent reveals his hand. You discard planewalker or creature from this hand. Chapter 2, search your library for a card, put into your hand, and you lose 3 life. So Grim Tutor, basically on top of all the other effect, you get a free tutor. That's insane. This chapter is a big deal, and especially if you are in top deck mode against our opponent, like this will probably win you a game on its own. Even with the chapter 2, you just get this one card, and it can be, for example, Memory Deluge, a 11 mana sync, and this will definitely win you the value game. If you are pressured for sweeping, you just get Meathook Massacre and you win the game by meathooking. So insanely powerful chapter. And the chapter 3 is even better. Put target creature card from a graveyard into your battlefield under your control. It's from every graveyard. You can take our opponent creatures with this. That's insane. And if not, you can take Ertai and kill some creature on the board or Planewalker. You can take Ravenman. And most of all, you can actually get Jin-Gitaxias. What more, you can discard it with Liliana or Celestus, and you can actually play this as a 5 mana drop and go straight up to chapter 3. So if you are on the play, you can cast Jin-Gitaxias opposed to our opponent 4 mana. Like, he is at 4 mana and you are having Jin-Gitaxias in the field. Imagine how strong this move is. And you don't need to sacrifice anything. If you don't get display, all you do is just start with chapter 1 or 2 and this card still like rocks. Like, it's really good card. I like it more and more the more I play it. And for the lands, we have the boring ones, so not much to say about. Oh, and we have Essence Scatter. And in this deck I think it's even better, because we have Celestus, so we can cycle it, and we have Liliana, so if that matchup is not great, and you will see that sometimes it can be a dead card. All you do is at some point just cycle it, and our opponent needs to discard a good card, and you just get rid of sideboard card in a way. So, and if you are playing against non-creature deck, you probably have a lot of time. Rona Vortex, new card, so 1 mana, yeah, 1 mana instant with a kicker. So if you don't pay kicker, it's basically like Fading Hope for creature or planeswalker, but without any scry. But if you pay the kicker, and it's basically 4 mana Dimir card, then the permanent goes on the bottom of owner library. So it's basically like hard removal for creatures and planeswalkers. It's incredibly flexible. Sorry guys, this is the last video, like I'm dying here out of talking for so many hours. And basically this is a hard removal for whatever happens. It also doesn't trigger all the like death abilities. You can get rid of Tenacious Underdog, and it's not in the graveyard, it's at the bottom of library. So very, very flexible effect. You can also like copy it with Jin-Gitaxias, do all the kind of shenanigans. One thing to notice, you don't control. I wanted to bounce my own stuff, it doesn't work. I learned it the hard way. Alright, with that being said, subscribe to the channel. I think we deserve it today, but if you enjoyed Dimir, we definitely have so much to do in this format. This format feels amazing, honestly. I am so happy the rotation is done, and it feels so much better. It feels so much better. So with that being said, subscribe and enjoy the videos, and I hope you have a good laugh. Okay, we are going second. We have Vortex, we have Meathook, and we have Liliana. So if our opponent doesn't have extremely like quick draw, we might be able to trade with his creature with Liliana, which would be perfect. Okay, if not, we probably will bounce this. I think it's worth it. We lose the card, but like not enabling the ramp and forcing, there's high chance he will replay it, and then it's perfect target for Liliana. So I really root for no 1-drop, and he doesn't have it. Oh yes, that's so good. So good. Please sacrifice a creature. And this is why we went for the Fading Hope basically, or Rona Vortex as it is called right now. Join the dance. Oh, he's getting wrecked. That's exactly the perfect card for Meathook. So let's go for black. Let's discard first. That's not great that he has flashback cards, because he might not have the, you know, like discarding might not be the best. We'll see. Oh, that's pretty strong. So we can either protect Liliana or keep up the counter spell. And honestly, I think we'll keep the counter spell. Worst case, we can even use Otawara. Flash, when enters, create 1 token. Sure. You really ask for this Meathook, don't you? So they have some pump spells that benefit like Anthem effect, and they will probably try to cast it. I think at this point we don't care about Liliana, they overkill her anyway. Like, our Meathook is all that we need. And with counterspell we ensure that nothing scary comes into battlefield. Oh yes, yes! Thank you! He's even tapped out completely just to make sure that we hit everything. And we get Cruelty of Gix that will win the game. Oh, this is actual Meathook Massacre. And we leave this mana because, oh my god, it hurts! Because this can still counter something. If he casts 2 spells in a row, we can counter the second one. And there's high chance he will do it. He knew... Oh my god, we wrecked! Oh my god, that was everything just wrong for our opponent. Oh, that hurts. We go for chapter 2, because chapter 1 does nothing, he has no cards in the hand. We have what? 6 mana at the most. We need to make something good out of this. Yeah. Usually in the situation when you think for longer than 5 seconds, then they know they can't win. Oh my god, this was such a pain. We hit everything. Oh, that hurt. You'll have to go first with Essence. Oh yes. Yes. Dimir is back. And we also have 1 mana removal just in case he has some insanely good draw. We do not cast... Do we cast? We do cast. We actually do cast Bankbuster because of the cut down, because we can double spell next turn and we have already established card advantage. And he needs a 2-drop just to compete with our draw. And even if he does, it's probably not a 3-3. Oh, that's so weak. So this will be a 5-color deck probably. We play like this. We could go for the Meathook Massacre, but I'm pretty sure we'll have better choices than this. I'm not sure what exactly. Is this the Kami War deck? As usual, is that like basically the same as pre-rotation? If that's the case, I think we are fine. We just need some counters for Kami War. But with Bankbuster, and that was such a good play that we played this. Thanks to this, we can start getting card advantage right away, every single turn. And those turns are a bit scarce, so we don't want to tap out completely. I don't care about this one. Rona Vortex? Decent. Liliana is cool, but it's play for the next turn, I think. Just to keep up the counter spells. They have creatures. Usually. I think they have creatures. We will see if they have creatures. But even if, like, Rona Vortex is a good instant, our opponent will not force us to play our cool Dimir spells on this 1/1. You need to try harder, man. Restoration of a Ganjo. Okay. Like, I will draw my card then and see what I get. I want land. Land is extremely important. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So, we might go a little bit, you know, risky. Man, we actually whiffed on the land. That's really bad. We really need some land. And we need double black. I think we start with Liliana. They have a land, but I think they need it. I think with Ertai Resurrected we can answer everything, and with Rona Vortex and cut down, so in the end, whatever our opponent plays, we can answer it, I think. Let's get rid of 1 cut down, because if something has 5 in the stats, it's probably not so threatening that we need 2 of them. And even if he discards the land, it will hurt him, sooner or later. A little bit. And he has no board to threaten Liliana, and that's a big deal, because having Planewalker every single turn gives you extra value, and Liliana is like a really nice Planewalker, because even the +1 is like symmetrical, the -2 definitely isn't. And we can even kill the token before it. Okay, so exile target non-land permanent. Opponent, so this is indeed a Kami War deck. How do we play around it? It's Liliana. We could get her back if we care. Do we care? To be honest, I kinda care. Oh, you don't? Okay. I'm learning. You don't control, so you cannot cast it on your own stuff. Which is pretty important, I guess. I need my lands. I definitely need some lands. Thank you. Okay, that's way better. And this cannot target enchantment, I believe. Alright. So we will draw some cards, I think. That's probably the play. What is the next chapter? Return up to 1 target. Oh, I will gladly get back Bankbuster into the hand. So if, like, feel free. He can target his own, so that's probably what he will do, because Bankbuster is really bad target for the bounce. Even though we discard a card, we get so many cards out of Bankbuster, it's just such a bit, right? So he didn't, right? Yeah, he didn't go for it, which is smart. Okay. And this is why I want lands, because at some point we will need to Meathook all the stuff. On the bright side, the tokens that he's making don't super matter. This is 6/6, that's a big deal. We might even need Ertai just to kill the Kami War. It's not optimal, but with the Bankbuster we have so much value that it might be good enough. Maybe? Maybe not, we will see. And it doesn't have haste, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. And we even enable our Bankbuster. You know, it's a big creature right now. Whew, that's an interesting choice. Do we want to go aggressive? Like we could. Then we killed this, but our opponent has so much mana, he probably has some instant. I think we go with Memory Deluge, and we trade basically this treasure for a land drop and some good card. So we ensure that we grow. I don't think we can fall behind in mana. Essence Scatters not shining, it seems that... Okay, sure. Oh, sorry, that's my work alarm. Yeah, I'm actually recording it just before the work in my office, so yeah. I'm trying, guys. I'm doing all this for you. Do we go for Liliana? Liliana doesn't seem great here, honestly. I think it's Meathook and additional lands. Probably this one, because we will play it, we won't cycle it, so we might as well get more HP, right? HP is fun. Huh. I guess we go with Ertai then. Yeah, and we can get back the Kami. Actually, this can hit Kami. It's probably better, right? And we do it at the end step, just to make sure that he doesn't have great answers. Our opponent is slowly grinding, like, out of value. He doesn't seem to have a lot. And we don't mind this token, because it's basically free HP for us next turn, when we Meathook. Let's see what he plays. I think he will not tap anything, and just see what we do. But he needs to react for Vortex, I think. Kami War. We probably counter it. Okay. Like, this is a lot of value. So I think we want to trade it for one card. And this is not a creature, so we cannot remove it later. We need to do it at the cast step, basically. He gets a little bit of value, but you know. Okay. I don't mind this one. Ertai would die anyway. My turn. Alright, so that's an interesting situation. I don't think we can Meathook for enough, so we are forced into Rona Vortex first. So you know what, we might as well do it right now. So you still get this value, just, you know, as the last card in your deck. Oh boy, that's interesting. Rona Vortex. I'm not sure what the follow-up is. I wonder how many good cards he has. I hope, like, he should be slowly out of gas completely. Maybe he has, like, one more of those effects? Like, I mean, Kami War, how many can you draw in top 15 cards? And this is not scary at all, because every token is basically our HP. We don't bounce it, because he gets the full value again, and that's not what we want. Okay, I think this is it. Oh, that's a good one. Can we... No, we lack one mana. Man, we cannot draw our hands too well. But it's still okay. So, we Meathook for a lot. And we still have Vortex in... You know, there are some cards that maybe we want to bounce. I don't know, but it should be fine. And with Memory Deluge in the graveyard, like, we are not out of gas ever. Oh, and that was the correct call. He's out of gas. And that's when you know the writing is on the wall. My friend, your turn. And now we all know what happens. Okay, some new card. So, search your library for a basic land card, put into battlefield tapped. Sucks in this situation. Create a 1/1 Suffering token. Wow. Chapter 3 Domain. Target creature you control gains a lot when... Oh boy, that's so bad. You know what? I don't even want to counter it. At this stage of the game, it's just a set card. Compare it to our Memory Deluge. Oh boy. Yay! A land. Frankly, that is a huge mistake that he did it. He shouldn't go for the land, he should go for the chapter 2, just to make sure that, you know, the threat is on the curve, at least a little bit. I think Pilfer is okay, he probably has mostly lands though. Liliana, definitely. You know what, let's make sure that his hand is empty, like completely. That's what the Dimir mage is like, right? And we start with the Pilfer, because this one ensures... Oh, hello there. That was... Did you feel the pain? That was painful. And at some point we always trade Scatter for some other card. And with Meathook Massacres, like, I'm feeling good right now, not gonna lie. And we can answer whatever he has very easily. Okay, that's a strong one. He has full card, like, I think. Let's see. Blue, green, white, red, black. So he has full. Okay, that's actually super threatening then. So this is a must counter in this situation. We actually can go for the ultimate. Like, I know you didn't see the ultimate because I didn't see as well, so I think it's pretty fun. Let's cast Memory Deluge first and see what we get. Oh boy! Oh, those are some serious bombs right now. We can tutor, right? So for the... Okay, the situation changed. Sorry guys, it's just different right now. Because we need to remove this one, and I really want to go for Cruelty of Gix. We go for chapter 2, because we want to get the card. And it's you, Jin-Gitaxias. It's you, finally! Again, deck with Jin-Gitaxias. And man, it's actually so good here. I'm so sad that we couldn't discard Jin-Gitaxias before it gets reanimated. Oh, he's scared. He's scared, but the worst thing already happened. We have our win condition, my friend. Wow. Oh no! Oh, they didn't get to see Jin-Gitaxias. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Okay, that was really enjoyable game. And you can see full power of Dimir, like, when we just answered everything. Alright, so we have interesting opening. We just need untap land and everything will be perfect. Thank you. Alright, so let's not mess this one up. We need this one because it's always tapped. We gain some life. Easy. Oh, that's interesting. I actually didn't see this card ever so far. And we are definitely against some either Rakdos or maybe like more colors even than this. So we go with Ravenman into Liliana. That's our plan. We will see how it works. There's high chance Ravenman will die. Oh, and oh man, you are one of those, ain't you? Okay. Sure. We have ravens, bro. We have so many ravens. And it's good that the opponent played something, because it means that they cannot kill it at the end step, so even if they want to kill it, it will be a bit harder for them, and they probably want to cast something instead. Okay, like this, but this is probably the most mana efficient thing, and they still have 2 for removal, so there's high chance that Ravenman will die. Oh my god, they are just stacking those 1-drops. Interesting. Will he sacrifice one of them just to draw a card? He didn't. So maybe he wants this 1 mana. Not sure. We don't really attack, right? So let's play the Liliana. And just make sure that he has no cards in the hand. Because, oh boy, we have cards to discard. We definitely do. I might discard this one. So it will hurt our opponent more than us, because, oh boy, that's so many cards. We do not attack and we make some ravens. Raven! The bird. Oh my god, it's so creepy. Such a creepy raven. So, our opponent cannot deal 3 damage, We will see. Oh, this one is scary. This one is definitely strong. We might even block with the Ravenman. We will see how the blocks go. We just need Meathook Massacre and we win the game, basically. But that's often the case, right? Like, this is his last card. So I kind of think it's okay. Like, they cannot kill Liliana yet. And they also trade with this one.
You're gonna need a good Undertaker.
So let's play Lerand. He cannot answer this. Let's make him discard the last card. I think we go for the Vortex.
We all have things we love.
Okay, smart. You little cheeky smarter. And I think we should go for the Vortex, right? Like, this is the card that return target creature you don't control to owner's hand. If it was kicked, put at the bottom of the library. Beginning of combat phase. Sure, I think we play like this. And we might as well peck the enemy for this 1 damage, because this cannot block, so at least we can get some value. And let's give him the turn. This is not an artifact, so he cannot really like sacrifice in response. This seems like such a wasteful play. I love it. I actually love it. You know what? If that's the case, I actually will go for kicker, because like he diminished his board so much. He doesn't really have so much anymore. We just need to draw into Meathook to win this game. That's basically it. We couldn't let it to go to combat phase, because then he trades like this into 3-1 with haste, and that's way too much power. And yeah, now we go into Bankbuster most likely. Sure. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think we play the land. Like, there is a combo of bouncing something and discarding it actually, but I think we play like this. I really want to start using Bankbuster, because Meathook Massacre is game win, if we can draw into it. Okay, so he wants to draw some cards, cool. And by some, it's 1, right? Oh, that's so bad. That's actually pretty bad ratio. And let's get some more lands and pack. Our opponent has no chance against the bird. It's so, like, malicious. So dark. Love it. Okay, so you have 2 cards. You smork. It's basically us racing for the Meathook Massacre. So let's see who gets the card first. Oh, that's perfect. That's the best draw of his deck, I think. The second one would be the Experimental Synthesizer, I think. But this is extremely good. Do we discard it? I don't think I will discard the first one. Let's see if he goes for it again. This can like basically kill the Planewalker, so it's like a remover right now. So that's why I will take it. We can pack, so this is the original and this is the copy. So we want to attack the original, unfortunately. If you use Otawara, we don't have a lot of mana. Let's start with the Bankbuster. Even though opponent might discard us cards. Oh, that's an interesting play. Okay, I see. Like, this is pretty good overall. I will actually play this land then. We definitely attack this small little Obnixilis. And I think we use Ertai at main phase. No reason not to, really. So we get rid of the original Planewalker with the most loyalty. And he gets to draw a card, but this was the best draw of his deck. So we are kinda okay with it. And starting from the next turn we can use the Bankbuster. I normally would do it during the attack phase just to ambush, but that means that they get additional trigger with Obnixilis, and that's not really what we want. Do we discard the Essence Scatter? I think not yet. I think we do it next turn. And we really need to dig into the Meathook Massacre. Like, if we miss on the card, we won't outpace them. So we just need to hit Meathook very quickly. Okay, that's weird timing, but okay. Maybe they just don't attack, I guess. No mana, so they cannot do this effect. And let's draw our Meathook, please, and win the game. That seems like a great idea to me. Ertai definitely helped a lot. My turn with Meathook. Like, this can get us the Meathook, but it's a bit late. Huh. I guess let's draw. Like, we can still hit it. We just need to cast it for 2. Okay. We cast this, definitely. Do we use Ertai to attack? That's the big question. I don't think so. He can get blocked quite cheaply, right? I think it's better on the defense. And we cannot kill Obnixius anyway. We cast Memory Deluge. Do we save this as a discard, or we go for the Essence Scatter? I think we go for the Essence Scatter, so it means we pay mana. Like, with Memory Deluge in the graveyard, mana might... Oh my god, I should have packed. Sorry, I was talking. I shouldn't talk so much, because I missed 1 damage on Obnixius, and this will matter. This actually is important, because if we hit Meathook, Obnixius is still in the board. So he will start with +1, probably. We discard this. Smelter. Oh, and he has 2 mana. Okay, I see. I'm not countering it, because we need to Meathook. I don't want to tap out for Memory Deluge, because it might change how he attacks a bit. I don't think it will, but, you know, it might. And we need to block quite heavily. We probably block both of them, and then we get hit for 4. Oh boy, that's a lot. Let's see the attacks. Press all. Classic. We have some mana, so we might hit actually some answers. That's the card that wins us the game. I'm not sure if it's not too late. Let's go for Cruelty. Man, this is exactly what we needed to win the game. Let's check the blockers. So this is the highest block we can go for. The best one. Do we actually... Yeah, we perfectly die. This is exactly the lethal. Exactly the turn we got Meathook Massacre. That's... Oh, such a Sloth video. It's exactly the lethal, exactly at the last turn when he could do it. Next turn we just sweep, heal back to 5 or 7, and he has nothing. So unfortunate, so unfortunate.